Hi guys, this is Vishal here from DrapCode. So in this video, we will understand how to make a simple REST API call to send data from a form to a REST API to a endpoint, right? So we will be sending some data from form to API, and then we'll not be storing anything. We are not using collection here. It's a very simple call where we're just taking a couple of fields from the user and then sending it to an REST API, and the data should get updated or should get created there, right? So let's see how we do it. So to do it, we are using Zeno as an example. So we have a collection called project and it has name, description, status, and we will just create a form. It will have these three fields and it will just submit the data to Zeno. We'll not persist anything, will not use any collection, nothing. Okay. So we have Zeno API, REST API open here. So this is the documentation. As of now, you see the API is open. Obviously, if it is closed, you can send the access token in the authorization param. So that is something which we'll cover in other videos. So for now, I'll just copy the URL and the project. So if I go to this documentation, so I got documentation, I can see a create project accepts three parameters: name, description, status, and all three are string. Obviously, you can send numbers, you can send date, and all those things depending on your use case. So we will just create a form. It will have these three values, and we will send the data to Zeno using REST API. So I'll come back to DrapCode. So in DrapCode, let's create a page, or let's just add the form here itself. Okay. So I'll say collection. So I'm not using collection form. I'm using a regular form, right? Because I don't want to use collection for this video. I'm just sending us data to Zeno. That's all, right? So I'll just remove all other fields which are not needed. And let's add just three fields. Okay, so let's say I'll say create new project. Okay, so this is an input. I'll name. Okay, so now we need three input boxes with these three names: name, description, status. So I'll say name. That's all. So this is name. Let's say name. This is description. I'll say description. So basically you need to give the exact name, right? Then only the mapping will happen. The name will go in name, the description will go in description, and so on. Description. And I'll just duplicate this. I'll say description. Status. Here I'll just say status. I'll just change this type to text because since we copied it, probably it was email. So I'll just change it to text. Okay. That's all. So we have created a very simple form which has three parameters which the API is expecting. Now let's go and create external API to do this. So I'll go to my external APIs. Let's create new API. I'll say create new project on Zeno from form. Okay. So now let's copy all these things. So the URL. So this is the URL. So I'll just copy the endpoint and it is a post call. This is the URL and these are the parameters, right? So post call is fine. URL is fine. Now coming to parameters. So as of now, I am not sending anything from collection. So I'll just leave it as it is. Params, headers, I don't want to send. Let's see if I'm sending authorization. So we can give authorization and bearer and token, right? So since we are not sending, the API is open, so I'm not sending it. Now let's say form data. Why I'm saying what I'm saying whatever is coming from the form, just send this as it is. So that's why we have done the mapping at the form itself, that whatever the name, the fields which Zeno is expecting, it should come in the exact same parameters, right? So that's why name, description, status got copied with the same spelling, upper, whatever the case it is, exactly same in the form, right? So we are saying whatever is coming from form, send it to Zeno. That's all. And I'll just say save setting. Now we will create an event which will just call this API and we will bind that event to the form. So I'll go to my events, add an event, say create new project on Zeno via form data. Why we are calling it form data? Because this is a terminology which we use in DrapCode when we are sending data directly from form to any external API. Okay, so I'll say in the external API, send data to external API. We will choose the API which we just created, create new project on Zeno from form data. Okay, let's say API success. And that's all. Now let's go to the form and bind this. So I'll go to the form and I'll go to the form and bind this event. Create new project on Zeno via form data. That's all. I'll save it. I'll click preview. So now I give these three values and this will directly take this value and send to Zeno. So let's create a project. It's project 1. Some description 111 and let's say initialized, let's say. Okay, and I click send. We will take the data, send to Zeno. Okay, and show me the success message once the Zeno API returns some response. So now it has shown the success message, which means the API is successful. So let's go and check in Zeno. So I'll go to Zeno and reload this. So the data is here. So that means the API call is successful. Let's create one more record. So let's say project 222 initialize, let's say completed. Send. Same thing, it will take all the data and send directly to REST API. That's all. Reload this. The data is here. So this is how you make a simple REST API call to push data through a post call to any external REST API or to an external API endpoint. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you again in the next video. Bye bye.